We had a really big snow the other day, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to come out to Central Park and take some beautiful pictures of the snow, some landscape and nature scenes. Thought, why not do it with my film camera? So I brought along my Mamiya medium format. It is the 645 Pro TL. I'm going to load up some film, take some pictures. Right after I take these pictures, I'm going to run the film over to a lab. I'm just going to ask them to process the film. I'm going to take them home and scan them. So I want to make sure that my color is pretty accurate. So we're going to shoot with a color card, and hopefully we'll get that white snow to really look white. So, all right, let's load up the camera. First I'm going to take a meter reading because this camera does not have a built-in meter. So here we go. I'm getting f8 at 1/250th of a second. We'll just pretty much go with that for the rest of these shots. So I'm going to switch this over to 250. So it's 1/250th of a second, and my aperture f8. So that's going to be my reference frame, and pretty much stick to these settings for the rest of these shots. I've only got 15 or 16 on this roll. What looks good here? I mean, I'm primarily a portrait photographer, so I'm always kind of stuck with things like this because it's almost like I'm looking for a personality, you know, in everything that I shoot. And it's landscape, you know. I mean, I've got to find that personality. I mean, essentially, it's got to kind of speak to me. It's got to say something. I know that sounds really, I don't know, spiritual, maybe? But I'm not a spiritual guy, I don't think. But yeah, it has to have a personality. What's the personality, or what am I looking for? Really, all photos are kind of autobiographical, so I don't know what that says about me. Alright, so from here to here, you can see it's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool textures, a lot of cool, I mean, there's a lot of contrast, especially, I mean, when you're talking about snow on dark rocks, beautiful. And then I will give myself just one stop here. So I'm shooting about one stop over. Let me do that one more time. I think my hands are shaking. One stop over what I was already shooting is pretty good. Film has a lot of latitude. It has a lot of exposure latitude, so I can only go right by shooting a couple of stops over. These are really catching my eye. Snow in the rocks. It's all about composition, really, when you're looking at something like this. You look through the viewfinder and I guess whatever makes you happy, that's what you shoot. So we're gonna go over here, see if anything really jumps out at us. All right, so this is beautiful. Can you believe this? We're in Manhattan right now. Okay, look at this. Looks absolutely rural. All right, so I think I'm just gonna get a shot of this, just like this. Looks great. Here we go. Trying to watch for people in my scene. Please leave. Okay, we're gonna keep that person in there. That looks okay. All right. Okay, so we're done with that roll. I can't really feel my fingers at this point, but I could have done this at the lab like I normally do when I'm rushing in there to try to get my film developed. Last customer of the day and all. Just rush in there and usually say, do you think you can get this to me today? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Okay, so now we're walking from Central Park to Broadway. Got my hat on finally and my gloves. I don't need to do camera controls, so this is okay. It was fucking cold out there, all right? So now we're gonna take the film in. Almost to Broadway. Burley. Here we go, I'm going to take my film in to get it developed. This is my favorite place on the Upper West Side to get my film developed. Don't tell anybody, it's our little secret. I don't want a bunch of other people coming in here getting their film process, getting in my way. Alright, let's go.